we become more emotional and we kind of put that on our pets. So that's a little part of it. So if you're nervous, your pet's going to be nervous.
Okay.
So I tell my people when I'm training, think service dog. Think that you want this dog who's right beside you, and when they're nervous or something happens, they look at you. We're in a radio, so you can't see that. But I got my eyes up like I'm looking. I look as a dog. I don't think we do either. We just think we do. But because time getting frantic. So here are some tips. People will say, my dog's under the bed in the bedroom. I put a dog on a leash because I train for others too, and I've kept dogs during this time. As an entertainer, I worked at county fairs. They love to shoot out fireworks on their Saturday. And my horses and dogs will kind of look at the fireworks and then go back to eating. But it's because what I'm helping them with along the way.
Let's go, they coming.
Now, it's the 4th of July, so you're not going to be able to train your way out of this. But we look to drugs, we look to the thunder vest, all the stuff. The reality is, and I challenge you listening to try this, put a leash on that dog. Get there, take just a little tug. Get there, hey, look at me. Hold a little treat if you need to. Look at me, tap your chest, and have confidence. It's the equivalent of if you're walking with a small child, something scary in front of you, you're holding hands, and the child starts to quiver and like, oh, that's scary. If you go, oh, that's scary back, the kid's like, well, I gotta take this now, instead of squeezing that hand and saying, hey, we got this, look at me. By the way, we're training, in my job, I'm training animals because I want them to be comfortable and safe throughout their life, whether I own them or not.
From Thomas Jefferson's Monticello. That's Monticello, not Monticello. Monticello, he will talk about the man who wrote the Declaration of Independence, which of course was signed July 4th, 1776. I'm Reed Shepherd along with Dana McKay. This is iHeartRadio's Holiday Talk program, and we'll be right back after the break. Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas. T-Mobile Arena, September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com. Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
When it's time to give your vehicle a tune-up, you want to be confident you have everything you need to get the job done. At Advanced Auto Parts, it's more than just handing you parts. It gives you advice and support you need to get back on the road. Advanced Auto Parts is right around the corner and ready to help with the right parts at the right price, right when you need them. Stop by your local Advance today or download the Advanced Auto Parts app and shop online.
This is how we advance. I'm Dr. David Stanton for Viome. Viome's full body intelligence test is the new science in anti-aging and life-extending insight. Viome analyzes your biological age to see if your body is aging too rapidly. You'll learn how making simple, precise changes in certain foods and supplements can, get this, slow your aging, keep you looking young, and help prevent future health issues. Next, Viome doctors design supplements specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight and more. Viome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Viome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Viome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit Viome.com, promo code THRIVE. That's Viome.com, promo code THRIVE.
July 4th, member-only doorbuster deals are on at Lowe's. Right now, rewards members save $50 on a select Charbroil 4-burner gas grill. Now just just $149. Plus, save over $500 on the Whirlpool Top Load Laundry Pan, now $886. Not a rewards member? Sign up for free today. But hurry, these July 4th doorbuster deals won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/7 while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.
Is vaping safer than smoking cigarettes? Scientific data shows it can be just as bad, if not worse. Why? Puff count. Most people vape more often than they smoke, leading to increased nicotine exposure. And don't be fooled. Vaping still means inhaling addictive nicotine, harmful toxins, and metals. The effects are overwhelmingly negative. If you or someone you know is struggling with vaping, alcohol, or drug use, help is available. Visit helpthatworks.us or call 440-350-2000.
University Hospital's Harrington Heart and Vascular Institute has expanded services in Lake County. More specialists, more treatment options, more remarkable patient outcomes. Learn more at uhhospitals.org/Lakehart.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas. September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu. Bryan Adams, Ed Sheeran, Fade, Glorilla, Jelly Roll, John Fogerty, Lil Wayne, LL Cool J, Mariah Carey, Maroon 5, Sammy Hagar, Tate McRae, The Offspring, Tim McGraw. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today. AXS.com.
This week's Marketers Report, Corey Marchesotto, CMO of Elf Beauty, partner of iHeart Women's Sports, talks about partnerships.
I see brands as antennas. So we send out the elf signal, and what comes back is people who want to be a part of your story. Why are we partnering with iHeart? Because we want to advance women in sports.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia can get more people to hear your message than anyone else. For better results for every budget, visit iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hi, Tom Selleck here. In 1980, when Magnum started, that was the first time I really ever had any discretionary income. And that's when I first started buying gold. Back then, even when Reagan took office, we were still under the cloud of inflation. Well, inflation is back. So for me, it's not a question of why gold. It's a question of who can you trust. A friend of mine recommended Goldco, and I gave him a try. And I gotta say, I wasn't sorry. They even sent me a gold and silver kit that was filled with valuable information, and I got the gold and silver I asked for. Look, you can go to tomlikesgoldco.com to see if gold and silver are right for you. That's tomlikesgoldco.com.
Entrepreneurs or opportunists profiting off a police state? The podcast Absolute Taser Incorporated exposes Axon, the company behind a taser, and the brothers who pursued success at any cost. Each episode uncovers new secrets of Axon's rise.
I want to start by addressing a couple of the questions we've been receiving. Are chest hits with a taser dangerous? And the answer to that is definitively no.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Absolute Taser Incorporated and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Enjoy the long weekend with Casey Kasem and Classic American Top 40.
Hello again and welcome to American Top 40. My name's Casey Kasem and here comes our special year-end survey.
All weekend, it's every year-end countdown in order and commercial-free, plus the very first AT40 show from July 4th, 1970.
I'm Casey Kasem with the #1 song of the year.
Just open the free iHeart app, search Classic AT40, and make it a preset now.
WTAM 1100 AM and 106.9 FM.
Joining us on this 4th of July, 2025. This is iHeartRadio's Holiday Talk program. Coming up in this segment, a look at the man who wrote the Declaration of Independence, Mr. Thomas Jefferson. First, today's top news stories, and we begin with a surprise plea deal out of Idaho, Dana.
Ryan Koberger, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in the fall of 2022, entered a plea deal that will spare his life earlier this week. As part of the agreement, he confessed to each one of the killings.
Did you, on or about that same date in Moscow, Idaho, kill and murder Kaylee Gonzalez, a human being?
Yes.
And did you do that willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, and with premeditation and malice aforethought?
Yes.
The families of the 4 victims are divided on this decision, with 2 of the families wanting a trial and the death penalty, and the other 2 satisfied that he'll spend the rest of his life in jail and there's no chance of an acquittal. Now we're learning more about the murders as one of the prosecutors laid out new details in court. He said it seems Koberger did not plan to kill all 4 victims that night, and that he entered through a second-floor slider and went right to Madison Mogen's room. Kaylee Gonzalez had already moved out of that home, but she was visiting her friends that night, so she and Mogen were in the same bed when they were both killed first. Xana Kernodle encountered Koberger in the hallway. It's not believed he intended to kill her, but she just happened to be awake. After he killed her, he went to her bedroom and killed her boyfriend, Ethan Chapin. The prosecutor got overwhelmed with emotion at the end of his 10-minute explanation and began to cry in the courtroom. Koberger's sentencing is set for July 23rd.
All right, and it takes that plea deal, takes the death penalty off the table. No parole, and he cannot appeal. Well, taking a quick look at sports, Major League Baseball has announced the starters for this month's All-Star game in the American League. Tigers' Gleyber Torres, Javier Baez, and Riley Green will be joined by Seattle's Cal Raleigh, Toronto's Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Jacob Wilson of the Athletics, Cleveland's Jose Ramirez, Aaron Judge, and Baltimore's Ryan O'Hearn in the lineup. For the National League, Shohei Ohtani, Will Smith, and Freddie Freeman from the Dodgers. They'll start along Ketel Marte from Arizona, New York's Francisco Lindor, San Diego's Manny Machado, Atlanta's Ronald Acuna Jr., as well as Chicago's Kyle Tucker and Pete Crow Armstrong. The All-Star game will be played July 15th in Atlanta. Well, July 4th is a holiday for all America, but there's one document that defines the day and defines us as Americans. That document is, of course, the Declaration of Independence. Its author, Thomas Jefferson, who was a delegate to the Second Continental Congress from Virginia. So why was he chosen to be the principal author of this magnificent declaration, and where did his ideas come from? Well, Brandon Dillard is the Director of Historical Interpretation at Monticello, Jefferson's beautiful home in Charlottesville, Virginia. So why did Jefferson's colleagues in the Congress look to him for this task?
I love this question. It's a great question, and I'll do my best to answer it as concisely as I can. I think one of the best stories about this actually comes in the later years of Jefferson's life, where he's reminiscing about these early years, some 50 years on, and almost 50 years on, and he's thinking about those early years and believing himself to be someone who was merely described. And Jefferson himself, when speaking of the Declaration, said that he was not aiming at originality, he was merely expressing the American mind. And one of the funnier insights actually comes from Jefferson's colleague, sometimes friend, sometimes enemy, the second president, John Adams. And John Adams wrote a reminiscence about those early days of the Second Continental Congress and wrote about Jefferson himself writing the Declaration. And Adams said that Adams was the person who told Jefferson that he had to write it, and he listed out several reasons. Those reasons included that Jefferson was a Virginian, and remembering that Virginia was the most populated, wealthiest colony by far, Adams said Virginia must be at the head of this thing. Adams also told Jefferson that he was a better writer than most of the people there. Jefferson had already written something called a summary view of the rights of British America when he was 31 that was widely read and recognized that Jefferson was quite skillful. But perhaps most humorously, Adams, when saying that Jefferson should write it instead of Adams himself, Adams wrote, "I am obnoxious, unpopular, and suspect, and you are very much otherwise." So the differences in his personality were already clear, even in his early days. Jefferson himself later said Adams was a bit mistaken in his memory of that. But suffice to say, Jefferson became the principal author, and we have what we have 250 years on.
So what is so iconic about Monticello and the property itself?
I'm biased, obviously. I have an extraordinary office where I get to see this iconic home every day. And it is the only presidential home in the United States of America that's recognized as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO and the United Nations Educational, Social, and Cultural Organization, which means that it singularly represents a time and place in a way that nothing else does, in a way that belongs to all people for all time. And when you visit Monticello and you see it, you can see the expression of Jefferson himself and the architecture. Franklin Roosevelt said that it seems to me, more than any other home in America, Monticello is the expression of the personality of its builder.
Absolutely a beautiful home. I visited once when I was a kid. I remember visiting Monticello, and as he said, it is absolutely beautiful. As far as the Declaration, Brandon, I'm curious. This may be a bit of a kind of naive question, but did Jefferson want to write it? I don't know. Go ahead.
Did you do it reluctantly? Oh, they're all making me do this, huh?
It's a great question, and I think it requires a little bit of conjecture on our part and some assumptions. So I'll go on the record and say I don't know. But I will say that a couple of things about it include that at the time, there was really this sense that public service was a duty. And it wasn't something that anyone would want to do. It was something that they were called to do. And it wasn't seen as a glorious kind of personal accolade, but rather as drudgery of a sort. And I believe that were you to ask Thomas Jefferson, this is exactly what a historian should never do, is make these kinds of assumptions, but I would say that Jefferson probably would have answered along those lines, something about believing it was duty and necessary.
Brandon Miller, the Director of Historical Interpretation at Jefferson's home, Monticello in Charlottesville, Virginia. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us, and happy 4th of July to you.
Happy 4th. Thanks, Ruth.
If you watch the movie 1776, or if you remember the Broadway play, Thomas Jefferson most definitely did not want to write Declaration of Independence.
Right.
He was kind of forced into it, according to the movie, basically was a musical, okay? He was pretty much forced into it by John Adams, and he very reluctantly sat down to write the Declaration.
Well, it sounds like
that was just a movie.
He felt like it was his responsibility, his duty to the country, and we're certainly thankful that he did it.
Yes, he did. A magnificent document. Well, coming up on iHeartRadio's Holiday Talk program, we are going to talk about holiday travel. We are also going to pay a visit with our old friend Kevin Carr to talk about summer movies when we return on iHeartRadio's Holiday Talk show.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas. BMO Arena, September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
When it's time to give your vehicle a tune-up, you want to be confident you have everything you need to get the job done. At Advance Auto Parts, it's more than just handing you parts. You get the advice and support you need to get back on the road. Advance Auto Parts is right around the corner and ready to help with the right parts at the right price, right when you need them. Stop by your local Advance today or download the Advance Auto Parts app and shop online.
This is how we advance. I'm Dr. Damon Tanton for Viome. Viome's full body intelligence test is the new science in anti-aging and life-extending insights. Viome analyzes your biological age to see if your body is aging too rapidly. You'll learn how making simple, precise changes in certain foods and supplements can, get this, slow your aging, keep you looking young, and help prevent future health issues. Next, Viome doctors design supplements specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight and more. Viome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Viome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Viome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit Viome.com, promo code THRIVE. That's VIOME.com, promo code THRIVE.
Hey, it's Dennis Quaid here. There's a pressing issue that still needs attention: the state of our retirement savings. We're dealing with $36 trillion in debt, and the interest on that debt is now greater than our entire defense budget for the first time in history. And with global tensions still high, it's more important than ever to help secure your financial future. That's why I partnered with a great company, Goldco, who is offering you a free copy of their gold and silver kit. The kit contains vital information to help you navigate the current economic landscape and offers strategies to help you protect your life savings. Get a free gold and silver kit to get the facts and make a decision that's right for you and your family by calling 855-GOLD-IRA. You may even qualify for free bonus silver plus a free Ronald Reagan silver coin. Call 855-GOLD-IRA. That's 855-GOLD-IRA.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again. Because more people are listening to the radio on iHeart today than they were 20 years ago. And only iHeart Broadcast Radio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, social, any other media. Even twice as many teens than TikTok. And that reach means everything. Just think about the universal marketing formula. The number of consumers who hear your message times the response rate equals the results. Now let's get those results growing for your business. Radio's here now more than ever, and iHeart's leading the way. Think radio can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, podcasting, and radio, where the reach is real. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com. Or call 844-844-iHeart. One more time, just call 844-844-iHeart and get radio working for you.
Is vaping safer than smoking cigarettes? Scientific data shows it can be just as bad, if not worse. Why? Puff count. Most people vape more often than they smoke, leading to increased nicotine exposure. And don't be fooled. Vaping still means inhaling addictive nicotine, harmful toxins, and metals. The effects are overwhelmingly negative. If you or someone you know is struggling with vaping, alcohol, or drug use, help is available. Visit helpthatworks.us or call 440-350-2000.
Enjoy the long weekend with Casey Kasem and Classic American Top 40.
Hello again, and welcome to American Top 40. My name's Casey Kasem, and here comes our special year-end survey.
All weekend, it's every year-end countdown in order and commercial-free, plus the very first AT40 show from July 4th, 1970.
I'm Casey Kasem with the #1 song of the year.
Just open the free iHeart app, search Classic AT40, and make it a preset now.
And this is Radio, WTAM 1100.
And back on iHeartRadio's holiday talk program for this 4th of July 2025. You know, for some people, the 4th of July is all about backyard barbecues, watching their hometown fireworks show, and there'll be plenty of them around the country tonight, I guarantee it. Millions of others, however, getting out of town. AAA reports a record-breaking 72.2 million Americans will travel more than 50 miles between now and July 6th, so an estimated 61.6 million drivers and 5.8 million flyers. TSA predicts even more flyers, 18.5 million to be specific. So there's a lot of numbers being tossed around, and and sometimes I wonder where AAA comes up with some of them. But the point is that the roads have been kind of busy the last few days, and especially at the airports around the holidays.
Yeah, I have a friend who was trying to get out of town last night, and it was rough. She was texting me saying, when is this plane going to take off, weather delays and all that, so it could be a little bit of a rough traffic weekend.
So popular cities this year for travel include Denver, Chicago, London, San Diego, and New York, and with the opening of the new theme park Epic Universe, more and more people are heading to Orlando as well. Now, one problem people are likely to run into is weather. Severe storms are expected in the Northeast, could cause delays, especially for airline passengers. Strong to severe thunderstorms are in the forecast for the northern and central plains, also the upper Mississippi Valley and portions of Texas. We're also watching possible development of a tropical depression or maybe even a tropical storm in the Atlantic off the southeastern U.S. coast. Now, this could bring rain to parts of the Georgia coast, the Carolinas, as it heads away from the U.S. Forecasters, they tell us this is going to be a weak system, but it is a reminder that hurricane season is underway.
Now, the price of your Amazon Prime membership is likely going up soon. According to a JP Morgan analyst, Amazon will likely raise the price from $139 to $159 in 2026. It's been at $139 since 2022. Before that, it was $119. Now, that $20 increase would mean about $3 billion for Amazon. And the prediction is based on Amazon's pattern of raising prices on significant features every 4 years. So we're due for the price to go up. The value of a Prime subscription is about $1,430 when you add up all the free shipping and perks.
Now, I order stuff from Amazon. I guess I just don't know if I'm on Prime.
You don't even know, Reed?
I ordered it now. Last week I ordered a litter box, new litter box for my cat who desperately needs it.
Well, I hope that gets delivered, Reed.
I just got an email that it's been shipped.
Well, 4th of July is always a big weekend for movies, so let's talk about summer movies. Kevin Carr from FatGuysAtTheMovies.com joins us today. Kevin, we're seeing a lot of buzz over the trailer for the next Wicked movie and the new Superman flick with Crypto this time. Are summer blockbusters making a comeback?
Well, certainly they are, and we've had big movies over the last couple of years. It was slow during COVID as expected, but and then we of course had some strikes to deal with. So I think things are getting back on their feet. But we've always had the big one, like a couple of years ago you had Top Gun Maverick, and there's always going to be the big summer movies like Barbie and Oppenheimer. But yeah, they are making a comeback. I think you're going to be seeing more of just the big blockbuster movies that the studios are throwing behind because that's where the money is.
Is this another summer for sequels? I mean, this 4th of July weekend, the big movie Jurassic World Rebirth, also Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out later this month, The Naked Gun is coming out, and Freakier Friday, a sequel to Freaky Friday. I mean, these are all, storylines and movies that we've all known forever.
Well, yeah, and what's even funny about Freakier Friday is it's a sequel to a remake now, so everything's kind of looping in on itself. But let's be honest, Hollywood has always been about sequels. They made, how many Hopalong Cassidy films way back in the beginning of the 20th century, and they had I think it was something like 100 Charlie Chan movies made back in the day.
Oh yeah.
So when Hollywood would find something that worked, they would try to milk it as best they can, which is kind of the way you do things. I think the reason people focus on the sequels is because those are the ones, like I said, that get the biggest budget, that get the most money thrown behind them, because Hollywood doesn't want to roll the dice on something unknown. And every now and then you get something big that hits like Sinners that nobody expected to be such a huge hit that was a wholly original film. Yeah, they're gonna either want to do a remake or a reboot. That's why this is, what is this, the third time they've rebooted Superman in the last 20 years? So I'm looking forward to Superman.
Well, I am too, but it does seem like, from what I've heard so far, it does seem like what they're really pushing is crypto.
I think they're pushing a lot of things with this new Superman because the last iteration of Superman was under Zack Snyder, which gave him a much more sort of a grim pallor. And Superman in the comics has always been sort of uplifting and bright and colorful. And that seems to be what James Gunn's trying to bring back to this one. And I think James Gunn knows what he's doing when it comes to superhero movies for sure. So I think you're getting that. I think Crypto's just cute. I mean, what's wrong with it?
It's cute, and I'll tell you what, when I can't remember what movie I went to see, but the last movie I saw, the Superman trailer was playing at that movie, and it sucked me right in. I'm not a big superhero movie person, but that scene they showed in the snow with Crypto, oh my gosh, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, who doesn't love a dog? I mean, come on, you know. But yeah, I'm also looking forward to seeing what they do with the Superman mythos, because they kind of drop you in the middle. We don't need another origin story. We all know where Superman comes from.
Yes,
you know?
Right.
yes. Jor-El, and they put him in the rocket. Krypton blew up.
We're talking to Kevin Carr, movie reviewer from FatGuysAtTheMovies.com. So, Kevin, what's your favorite movie that you've seen over the last couple of months?
Yeah, I'm a weirdo. So one of my favorite ones that I probably had the most fun at was the new Final Destination movie. I love horror movies.
Okay.
And the Final Destination movie is it's a 25-year-old franchise, and they brought it back. It made like $50 million its opening weekend, and it's an absurd silliness to these movies. It has the same spirit as like The Monkey. If you watched that Stephen King adaptation several years ago, that was a lot of fun. How to Train Your Dragon is also a really good movie.
All right, we're talking to Kevin Carr, FatGuysAtTheMovies.com. Kevin, so much of a pleasure to talk to you again. Thank you so much for joining us today.
All right, thank you.
Well, I will say that How to Train Your Dragon is a fantastic movie. I saw that with my son 2 weekends ago. We saw it in 3D, and my son had already seen it with his dad, and then said, "Mommy, you got to take me. It's so good. You got to see it." So we went, and I really, really enjoyed it. That was a great one.
Well, first of all, it's good to hear from Kevin Carr again. And yes, I want to see the Superman movie. And if it's all about Crypto, that's okay with me.
It looks absolutely adorable. I'm Dana McKay along with Reed Shepard, and this is iHeartRadio's Holiday Talk program.
When it's time to give your vehicle a tune-up, you want to be confident you have everything you need to get the job done. At Advance Auto Parts, it's more than just handing you parts. You get the advice and support you need to get back on the road. Advance Auto Parts is right around the corner and ready to help with the right parts at the right price, right when you need them. Stop by your local Advance today or download the Advance Auto Parts app and shop online.
This is how we advance. News, talk, sports. This is WTAM 1100, Cleveland, home of the Cavaliers and Guardians, an iHeart radio station.
A former attorney posting bond as he's charged with killing a client. I'm Carmen Angelos. Your 3 News weather forecast: sunshine for your 4th of July holiday, a high in the middle 80s, mainly clear skies this evening, low dropping into the lower 70s. Bond was posted Wednesday for Gregory Moore, the former divorce attorney who was indicted in the murder of Eliza Sherman in downtown Cleveland 12 years ago.
Court records say a $2 million bail bond was posted for Gregory Moore. As he walked out of the Justice Center, Moore said nothing, but his attorney in a written statement implied others raised the money so bond could be obtained. Moore's apparent only restriction for freedom is that he had no contact with Eliza Sherman's family. Moore was Sherman's divorce attorney. She went to his downtown office on a Sunday afternoon in 2013 for a pretrial conference, and it was while she was near Moore's law office downtown that she was stabbed 11 times. I'm Tom.
In Columbiana County, a hospital chaplain facing charges in a child pornography case. Investigators are reporting the discovery of child sex abuse materials at the home of 37-year-old Joseph Sabella. Sabella was arraigned on a list of pandering obscenity charges. The defendant is employed by Altman Alliance Community Hospital in Stark County and has been placed on leave. 3 years in prison for Denzel Ayers of Akron. In 2023, Ayers was handling a loaded firearm in the backseat of a car on Stadelman Avenue, and that gun went off with the bullet striking
29-year-old Jaleesa Buchanan, who was the driver. Buchanan ultimately died from her injuries. The pair was pleading guilty to reckless homicide in that case. Well, it's going to be a very busy holiday weekend on the roads. AAA says a record 72.2 million people will be on the roads through Sunday. ODOT says they're helping out by moving back all the construction zones they can. However, she says some construction zones could not be pulled back for the weekend.
At I-77 and I-480, we've got a couple ramps.
totally better. This is Bentley.
Really? Yeah, man, I told him I'd be back within an hour. I had 2 Bouviers.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm trying to get my shepherding in.
Yeah.
I got a lot of dogs to meet, some castery. Try to help meet up. We're trying to do these online, so I gotta go on a different platform. Nah, man.
Well, you have a good evening, good morning, okay?
Yeah, they that's alright. They told me find a different network. So I just wrote it.
You're welcome.
Hey. That injection got sustainable to electricity farm. Charge the battery. There's a huge bill to pay to make it alone. Playing better. Then charge to the alternate battery. Switch.
Maybe a couple of quick cars too. Quick walk down.
Did you want these back? I got it. Push the door. Push it. The revolving cross. Just trying to get just real estate stuff. Greenhouse. But oh, you might, did you still want that cross because I put that back? Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'll go grab real quick. They all say one house. Yeah, I took all 2009 got your card and you are. I know how to raise Alright, thank you. Man, these hoes is Hey, what's up, y'all? Putting up this thing. Alright, y'all. I'm about to head out for a little bit. I got these are digital elements. These are art. These are screen prints. They're like new internet, so state of the art media in digital gold. They don't look like they do on the packaging, but you get one of these, and inside you got your 200. I can get one right here. Uh, this one's really heavy. Any one like small, like just the image is printed. It was printed in the lab. We had it in the lab, printed up. They were getting packaged, and they're all numbered. They're all items, and they're listed at $100. Last night we had a buyer come in, and she blessed the room. Man, we had over 120 people in here last night, collectively. Shout out to Jamie Lee Curtis for keeping up a good profile. Come and visit my page. For real, man. I had this shit up and jumping. And, I got the music too. I was talking about being ready, so, I said I'm picking up that cash. I'm talking about I'm getting it. So, happy 4th of July, man. 149 years old. And, we got a lot of places to go. I'm just glad to be in Northeast Ohio right now. I'm just trying to get this shit together for summer vacation. Yeah, at Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, she came in here. I don't know how long she stayed, but she know the page. Oh yeah, so the shipping it comes directly through your phone. So I'm just uh that's that's it. Sorry, I got you in last year notes. No, it's all listed. It's all NFT screen print. That's the packaging. It is actually a metaphysical. It's an ounce. So that's it. It's everything's listed. It's as is NFT or whatever. No, it's digital elements. Just appreciate it. Check out my music, Xavier Six, and see more. Look at the tags. Read the info. Read the details. You get everything you need. See ya.
Oh, listen. Hold on. Okay, Xavier.
Solid gold.
Wait a minute.
Grant.
Sweetheart.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Finishing my coffee. I might go downtown for a little bit. I'm not going to the funeral.
You already told me that.
Yeah, I'm just going downtown for a little bit.
You need to have you don't still acknowledge your brother. I don't care what.
I do acknowledge him. He gave me the iPhone.
Wait a minute.
What?
For the service, you're still gonna say something. I don't care if you come.
I am saying something.
What are you saying?
I'll catch you at the next one. To Henry?
Who is Henry? I'm talking to you. You're gonna say something at your brother's funeral.
No, he made this permanent.
Oh,
They'll have to catch me later.
grow up. meeting ended. You are talking about closure. I'm not moving about Howard. This is not negotiable. Non-negotiable. You don't, that, I'm not helping to bury Howard. Whitmore. The third. Who do you think you are that you can determine things? You done made a lot of mistakes. And nobody ever held them against you. You done did a lot of things wrong. Wow. I've been trying to help you do what I believe in my soul and heart is right. Okay, but this is outside of that. Okay. All right. So it's I'm trying to talk to you. Not. You know, first of all, you can think that I'm wrong. I don't think I'm gonna deal with Howard in my own personal way. You do that. Because this is what I have to do. You do that. For my physical health. You do that. But you need to know you're a human just like anybody else. Okay, well, he stops my heart. I don't want him to do it again. Your heart's still beating, his is not. I don't want to do it again. Saying, I can't stand to do it again. I can't. I'm dying to do it. You talking about that doesn't make sense. You need to drop that shit. Get back up to your level. You picking up that stooping down from Mike bullshit. It's not you. What did you say? It's not you. Well, what are you saying about Mike? He don't have nothing to do with this. I made a mistake. You gotta put a tangent on everything. When I chose Mike. You put a tangent on everything. I can't just pause. Can we pause? I put a what? A tangent? Can I just sit and think about what I'm doing? What did you say? I put a what on everything? Tell me. I put a what? Got hands everything. Gotta start another conversation. And then we gotta start another topic. And we don't finish anything. Well, then maybe you should learn how to finish. And then you can teach me something. Maybe you should learn some new things. But let me tell you, you're not perfect. You've done a lot of wrong things. And that's okay. It's not about being perfect. You don't have to be perfect. I didn't ask you to be perfect. But you have done a lot of things that were not right. And now you want to hold us against this boy while he dead? No, I'm not gonna sanction that. You do what you wanna do. Come on.